Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you, Hemant. And so what about Christy Abdullah? Is it working fine? Yes? Okay, perfect. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Abdullah. Thank you, sir. So I think, yeah, we can, few more might join. So few more participants might join. But yeah, I think we can begin our discussion. So we have around 6 of us here, 6 plus 2, yeah. So close to 6 or 7 of us here for this webinar. And this is about an introduction to what the CFA program is, CFA Level 1, focused on CFA Level 1. I'll answer any questions that you'll have, not just what is there in the slides, but anything beyond that, or about the exam questions, how are they, the content, and especially for the ones who have come here, in case you want to see the books or any help as such, I'm more than happy to help you. And even for the ones who are attending it online, and I think few more might keep joining. Any questions, anything, whenever you all have any issues, there are multiple ways in which you all can clarify your doubts. One, you all can directly ask the questions. So in Zoom, you have the chat feature, you all can directly ask, or else unmute yourself and directly talk. Either which way is not a problem, okay? But the basic purpose is, again, do not think of this as a place where, okay, I'm coming here on behalf of Kaplan and trying to market our products or services. But definitely, yeah, we are talking about it, but then that don't see that as the purpose, regardless of whether you want to join or not. The purpose is to understand about the program, clarify all these things. Most of the things that I'm going to tell you is anyways there on internet, right? You go to the CFA website, all information would be there, right? But then it's all in a very condensed form, and direct one-to-one interaction can happen, okay? So let me just quickly introduce myself. My name is Shannon Thomas. I head the CFA program in Abu Dhabi and also manage the product development in Dubai. So I look after the entire delivery and feedback, training quality, and also at the same time product development, as in reaching out to different corporates to do this. So I've been training since more than 8 years, and I do training related to financial markets, financial products, different financial instruments. In exam prep, I do CFA, CMA, and FRM. And teaching is something that I really enjoy doing. And I started doing this somewhere around 2014. Finance, teaching finance. Previously also, as a hobby, I used to teach mathematics. But yeah, teaching is something that I generally enjoy. And the good thing is finance is also a topic that I personally enjoy also as a student. It's a very interesting topic, not very quantitative. If you see, this topic is more social sciences rather than numbers and quants. So yeah, that's about me. And yeah, from a work experience perspective, I've worked in the industry and I still continue to be actively involved in financial markets in the capacity of an investor. So I actively participate in publicly listed markets, and also very few private companies also is where few have invested. And prior to that, I worked with JP Morgan in their investment banking team covering North American banking and asset management companies. Prior to that, I worked with a firm named Tresvista Financial Services, which was again into providing services to boutique investment banks and private equity firms. Okay, so that's about me. Next, talking about Kaplan. So Kaplan, as you would know, is a global player in the education industry. So Kaplan provides training in different domains: finance, non-finance, behavioral, leadership, even data analysis and the newer topics like fintech and big data analysis and all. But then, yeah, finance is something that Kaplan has definitely built a lot of reputation on. So especially within CFA, uh, Kaplan provides you with Kaplan-Schwezer notes, if you remember, if you would be knowing, and that this is like a benchmark in preparation. So definitely CFA Institute will give you all the curriculum, everything that you need. But in general, what I've seen is, even maybe I studied for CFA 12 years back. Even at that time, the book that we all used to use, regardless of whether we joined Kaplan or whether we are going to an exam prep provider or not, the preparation used to happen from Schwezer. So CFA is something that this exam is something that Kaplan really understands very deeply. And that is the kind of value add you can hope to get from this. Now, what is the agenda for the session? Right, straightforward. One, we are going to be talking about CFA. What is this entire qualification about? What are the topics involved? What is the weightage? How is the structure? And there are a lot of things that have changed, especially after it became computer-based test. And post-COVID, again, there are some things that have changed. So we'll be discussing that. And then we will speak about what Kaplan does, right, in terms of the training programs, how do we conduct it, the classrooms, the books. So what is being provided by Kaplan. And at the end, we will have a demo session where I'll just give you a 5 to 10 minute demo session to understand how sessions are being conducted in the class. Okay. So first thing about the CFA exam, and again, like I told you, I'm not going to be, just a second. Yeah. I'm not going to be talking a lot about kind of what is this and as in most of the things, that's something that you really already know. Like about the CFA, it's one of the certification programs which is there in the finance domain. So there is CFA, FRM, ACCA, CMA, CAIA, CQF. So there are many I would say finance programs or certification programs that is there in the industry. It would be very wrong to say that, oh, this is the best, this is not the best, and this is better than this. But yeah, I'll just tell you what CFA focuses on. And every certification has created their own niche. Like FRM said that, okay, our curriculum, everything will be focused on risk management, right? CAIA said our focus is on alternative investments. Now, CFA says that our focus is generally on portfolio management, equity research, financial statement analysis. So CFA as a program is designed for you to become better equity research analysts or private equity analysts or portfolio managers, right? Now, why is this very popular? Because see, in the first 4 or 5 years, any finance job you take, be it go into investment banking as an analyst or private equity as an associate or equity research as an associate or basically a corporate finance analyst, the skill sets required are very much the same. You need to be good with numbers. You need to be good with financial statements. You need to know basic idea about valuation, markets, capital markets, financial instruments. And that is why, or that is where I would say CFA is very popular here, because it opens doors for many professions. Although it is level 3, I would say, is more designed to become or is designed so that the candidates become portfolio managers. But then, yeah, on the other hand, FRM, if you see, it's purely for risk management. Now, risk management roles as a fresher is very less, right? And someone who has already been in the industry, they might not really need a degree as such, right? So at times, what I've seen is personally why CFA has been very popular. It is catering to the right kind of audience who want a job in finance and giving all the skill sets that is required in the first 5 years, 6 years in finance. And in fact, that is what level 1 and level 2 gives you. And level 3 kind of prepares you for high-end portfolio management roles. And this is why it is globally recognized. The curriculum is very, very good. And personally, again, in a very unbiased way, what I've seen is, as a student, I've really enjoyed the curriculum. So I would say that I used to take up the CFA Institute books instead of Kaplan books. So Kaplan books is very good from an clearing the exam point of view, but your detailed understanding is something that you definitely get from the CFA Institute books. So the curriculum is wonderfully designed and it's fun to study. the overall approach is more global. It's although CFA Institute is a US based institute, but the focus is on, I would say, IFRS, as in financial statement analysis. They would focus on IFRS. Examples, they would focus on US, UK, Asian markets. So it is not specific to one market like CPA, right? Or maybe some course on IFRS. It's basically more broader for capital markets kind of roles. So it's not some designed for a specific sector or a specific geography.
IFRS is basically for the UK accounting standard or the American?
No. So IFRS is, it depends on countries who wants to adopt it, but yeah, US GAAP is basically GAAP is US, IFRS is UK.
So, but this covers all the accounting.
Yeah, because every country today is adopting their own version of IFRS.
Yeah.
Like here, like let's say in UAE, a country which doesn't have taxes, right? As in, at least as of now, right? So they have adopted their own version of IFRS. But yeah, what most countries follow is IFRS, and globally also US GAAP, IFRS is trying to converge so that a lot of differences between them can be taken out.
Previously, it was something else, not IFRS. Yeah. International IAS.
IAS, International Accounting Standards. Yes,
then
exactly.
It was converted into IFRS.
Yeah.
Now IFRS is more accepted globally than GAAP, because GAAP is more towards the South America and
US
North
markets.
America.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world follows majorly IFRS.
Yeah. And although the focus of CFA is also not even on IFRS or GAAP, as in it is not at all related to accounting, right? As in you will hardly study about, as in you don't need to know name of a single accounting standard, right? You just need to know the implications of that in financial analysis. So think about these IFRS and IASB or your US GAAP as different ways in which businesses talk about their performance. And they are just different accents, as in see Arabic, someone who speaks here in UAE versus the Arabic, someone who speaks in Egypt, is slightly different. But the focus is not on the grammar of the language. The focus is on understanding what the person wants to say. And again, the focus of the entire curriculum is financial analysis for investment purposes. Okay. Now, what is the roadmap to earn the CFA charter? So first, to be able to give the exam, you either need to have a bachelor's degree or you need to be in the final year of the degree program. So it could be a 3-year or a 4-year program, but you should be in the final year. But in case you don't even have an undergrad, in that case, you need 4 years of professional work experience. Now, when we say professional work experience, it could be anything. You could be a drilling engineer at ADNOC, or you could be a Forex dealer. That doesn't matter. You need to have 4 years of work experience in case you don't have a bachelor's or a undergrad degree. Next, if you have any of these, you can appear for the level 1 exam. Now, for you, what matters is this exam, 2022 August, right? Now, what is the structure of the exam? It is going to be computer based, having 180 multiple choice questions. So basically there will be 2 sessions. Okay. So there will be session 1 and session 2. Both these sessions would be 135 minutes. Okay. 135 minutes. Clear. And there will be 90 questions here, 90 questions here. So totally 180 questions. So 180 individually different questions, as in you won't have a case study and 4 or 5 questions asked on that. So there will be 90 questions, and the questions would be something like this. So there will be a question. So there will be a lot of things mentioned, and then A, B, C. That's it, 3 options. This is how the template of the question is. And this way you have question number 1 to question number 180. Okay. And every question is different. So it's not a case like in level 2, what will happen is there will be a big case study. You will have to read that case study and answer 6 questions on that case study. So there will be 6 multiple choice questions or 4 multiple choice questions on that case study. But level 1 is not like that. Level 1 is 180 individual questions and spread across 2 hours and 15 minutes or 135 minutes. Within 60 days, within 2 months, which we are expecting that this turnaround time will be much lesser going further. because of the computer-based exam. Again, it's just our expectation, as in we just think that this might happen. But as of now, it is 60 days, and within 60 days, you will get a result where they will tell you whether you have passed or failed. And along with the result, they will also give you topic wise. So there are 10 topics. So topic wise, how much you have scored. So that is also something that you would know. Pass rate. Now the last 10-year pass rates have been up around 40% or so, but I think that is very, very misleading. Why? Because the last few attempts, maybe in the last 5 attempts or so, the average would be 25%. So on an average, out of 4, 1 student clears the CFA Level 1 exam. Okay. So this is the passing rate as such. And how much is the passing marks? Nobody knows. Anybody who claims that you score this much and you will clear is lying, because there's absolutely no idea. CFA Institute never discloses this. They have their own algorithm. What they do, nobody knows. They have not disclosed that. Everybody speculates, but then I've heard different things from different people, and then I think it is time to accept that we don't know. Nobody knows. CFA Institute, few people know. They have their own algorithm deciding what is the passing marks. How do they grade? None of us have any idea. As in, how do they grade? As in, there's only one right or wrong. That's it. But what is the passing marks? Nobody has any idea. Okay, but it has been approximately 65 to 70%. So out of 180, if you score 130 questions right, there's a very high chance that you will clear.
How much? Sorry.
Out of 180 questions, if you get 130 questions correct, a very high chance that you will clear. High likely, very likely that you will
That's
clear.
around 60, 70.
Close to 70%. Then level 2. So level 2 exams are conducted
Sorry,
3
do
times
they
in a
also
year.
give us the answer sheet that this
No.
question was right and this question
No,
was
no, no.
wrong?
Even the question sheet is not given. So even the question paper, as in it's a computer-based exam, they basically mark them. That's it. It's done. After that, there
they
is
will
no.
tell us that
Have a past paper sort of a reference to check that what appeared, what questions.
So
came in.
CFA Institute has shared that 10 years back. As in, they will give you a question or a paper that was asked 10 years back. And now with computer-based exams, nobody knows, right? In computer-based exam, the question that you might get is different from what you might get. So people have absolutely no
I'm saying
idea.
that, okay, whatever the questions, whatever the answers I have taken, right?
Mhm.
So they have told me, okay, fine. You have scored, let's say, 20% on X, 20% on Y, 30% on this. So this one, so this way I will be able to find out, okay, fine, how I perform in different sectors of
Yes,
the
yes,
exam, right?
yes.
But I'm just saying that obviously these questions, these sectors have come the paper in the way of different sections, right?
Got
Like from
it.
1 to 10, it was financial analysis.
Got it,
10
got
to
it.
15, it
Mhm.
was behavior and
Mhm.
all of that. So will they be able to tell us that, okay, fine, these out of these 10 questions, I have
Oh, thank you.
done 8 right
No, they won't
and
tell
2
you.
wrong?
They won't tell
No.
you. No. Okay. Then in 2023, so assuming you clear the exam in August, so the next window that you have is May 2023. This is where you can give your level 2 exams. And if you clear it in May 2023, you can give it in Feb 2024. So right now, all of you guys sitting here, the fastest that you can become a CFA charter holder is Feb 2024. There is absolutely no way to get done with it before Feb 2024. Okay, if you clear every attempt subsequent, as in every attempts, every exam, then you get the CFA charter holder by Feb 2024. Okay.
What I'm observing is the pass rate also gets better.
Yeah, pass rate gets better because see, it's a funnel.
Yeah.
Right? As in, let's say 300,000 people will give the exam, of which hardly 120,000 or 100,000 will clear level 1. Out of this, around 45-50% will clear level 2. Out of this, 30% would clear, 50% would clear level 3. But yes, passing rates go up from level 2 to level 3. Okay, but then the kind of audience that you have in level 3 is much more well read and they understand the basic. Level 1, you will see a lot of people coming in from different backgrounds. Now level 2, again the exam structure is slightly different. Level 2 exams are case studies. So you have a case study, and based on those case studies, there are few multiple choice questions. And level 3 is even difficult or even different. In level 3, it is essays. So you have to type also, right? Again, morning sessions or the first session is going to be essay. And essay need not be like long 200-page essays. It has to be very, very precise. So I would say it is like bullet points. You just have to give precise answers. The length of the answers don't matter. What matters is the important point that the examiner was looking for. If that is given, it's done. Okay. But anyways, I think level 2 and level 3 discussions, we can have it later. But as of now, level 1 is purely a computer-based multiple choice
Sorry,
exam.
just a small question.
Yeah.
A lot of people, what I have seen is that they have given level 1.
Yeah.
And after that, they have not given level 2.
Yeah.
Right? They just say that, and they have passed level 1 and they said, we have passed it and we got a job or something like
Yes,
that.
yes.
And then they got result. And level 2, I mean, maybe they failed, they never told me, but
Yeah.
they have not given level 2 and level 3, and now they have stopped attempting.
Got it. Yeah. Mhm.
What is the reason behind it? Like, what do you think? What is the reason? Like, because soon after you give level 1, you get some kind of a job, and then you are comfortable with. Or a lot of people are not able to pass level 2, and level 2 and level 3 is very difficult.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I feel one thing is that, yeah, maybe they were giving the exam just for that career shift or for a job and they have got it. That's it. I think their major motivation is done. And then level 2, the first time they don't clear, and then, yeah, they might see by that time the opportunity cost is also very high. And then you're earning a decent amount of salary at your work, and then you really don't want your work to get affected also, right? So that is one reason. Especially here in UAE, what I've seen is for locals, even just clearing level 1 will give you easy entry into government finance companies or sovereign wealth funds like RDA, Mubadala, ADQ. Yeah. So that is there purely from a local's perspective. But yeah, I would still kind of advise all of you guys to clear level 3. Just clearing a level 1 might not be enough. But yeah, a lot of people, I think it might be the opportunity cost. Once they have joined, they really don't want to sacrifice their work or take a break to give level 2. And generally what happens is, once you don't clear, once or twice if you don't clear, then people generally give up. That could be another reason.
They're demotivated.
Yeah, they become demotivated and then they just say that, I don't want to know this.
I mean, if I look at the numbers, it's 175. It's very less. Right now, chartered holders as 175,000.
Globally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a small number. Yeah.
It's a very small number.
Mhm.
It shows that how difficult the exam and the complete chartership is.
Yeah, and it's also a 60-year-old exam, by the way, 50, 60-year-old exam. So they've been conducting it since such a long time, and till now there are like 170,000 charter
So which
holders.
is huge, the previous.
Yeah. But then to remain,
amongst those 175,000.
yeah, 1 out of 175,000. But then to be a charter holder, you have to continuously pay a membership fees. Because a lot of people might opt out. Yeah, but most people do it because the cost is not that high, as in it might be $200 a year, and corporate sponsors it in most cases. Now, yeah, Abdullah has a question. Let's say I passed level 1. Does it expire? No, it doesn't expire. Give level 1. After 10 years, you can give level 2. Your account with CFA is there, with CFA Institute. Okay.
So there is no expiry to.
No expiry to what you've cleared. Now, after you clear your level 3, doesn't mean you become a CFA charter holder. After you clear level 3, you need to have 3 years of relevant work experience. Now, this is not professional work experience, is relevant, which means some finance decision-making roles. Else, you can say that, or you can claim that you've cleared 3 exams, but you cannot claim to be a CFA charter holder. To become a CFA charter holder, you want a relevant work experience. Now, how will CFA Institute judge whether the experience is relevant or not? You have to talk about what you do, and you need 2 people to endorse that, and that's it, right? So I have seen people fake but then fake this, but then CFA Institute is very, very strict about it. And in general, what you would see that when I show you the curriculum weightage also, you will realize ethics is given a lot of importance here. So in general, it's very important that you all have relevant work experience rather than just faking it eventually. So relevant experience would mean equity research, portfolio management, asset management, investment banking, even corporate finance analyst, financial and planning analyst, FPA roles, even I would say kind of a finance manager, those kind of roles. Pure accounting, pure bookkeeping is not allowed. But yeah, anything where finance decisions are being made, it's allowed.
Wealth management.
Yes. Relationship management, wealth management, yes.
It is
Yes, 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 very relevant. Abdullah has a question. Is the experience after getting the no. Experience before, after, or along with. Okay. So right now also, or even if you worked with a wealth management firm 5 years back, that's also fine. Somewhere in your 30, 40-year-old work, as in whatever, as in somewhere in your work experience, you need to have 3 years of work experience, which was in finance. That's it. Okay. Then exam structure. I think this is something that we have already spoken about. Level 1 exam done 4 times in a year, level 2 3 times, level 3 2 times. So level 1 is going to be done in Feb, May, August, November. And this is how it is going to be for as in 2022, 2023 and all. Okay. So there's 180 multiple choice questions.
Exam happens at this center?
No. Exam happens at Prometric centers.
Oh,
So it is not going to be
with the CISI.
exactly where CISI, GRE, GMAT exams and all they happen. So they have been outsourced to Prometric. Earlier, CFA Institute used to have their own centers, but right now, post-COVID, it is purely Prometric. You never know. Few years down the line, it might be sit at home and give the exam. There are a lot of exams which are Then we have discussed about the format. We've discussed about the results. You will also get topic-wise scores. Pass rate also we have discussed. Again, this is misleading. I think you should go with a number of 30%, right? Approximately 30%, because that is what we should be giving more weightage to. Yeah, 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4. I think yeah, 1 out of 3 would clear. And questions are not going to be very, very straightforward questions, as in it's not going to be very simple questions. They are almost all questions are very logical. So I always say that CFA is not a finance or only a finance exam. It is a finance plus aptitude exam. And so their questions will be like tricky questions. You would have seen those puzzles, right? As in they'll just ask you, okay, ROA is this much and the company has done this, which ratio would go up? So you need to know the linkage between different ratios. So that's the kind of questions that you would see. And all these questions are very, very well drafted, as in when you read those questions, when you solve those questions, you feel that aha feeling where, yeah, you've understood or you've kind of cracked the puzzle, right? So they are very, very well drafted questions. And that is why CFA Institute won't allow you to take the questions outside. Why? Because there's a fixed question bank that they have. Every time you give the exam, questions are being thrown from that bank randomly, right? So they also don't want you to be sharing those questions outside, but it's a big bank, right? As in, I spoke with few students, they have given CFA exam 3 times, not a single question repeated. Similar questions were there, but not a single, as in nothing that they remember that, oh yeah, this question was asked before also. So every time they got exact, as in completely different questions. Okay. Now talking about the weightage and what topics are there. So if you see, there are 10 topics, of which the most important from a weightage perspective is ethics. And this is about their own standards. CFA has created their own standards, and this is so widely accepted that other exams like CAIA, they don't even have their own ethics. As in, they don't have their own topic for ethics. They have completely taken the CFA Institute ethics. This is basically generally widely accepted in the industry. And this has the highest weightage, and this is the same across all 3 levels. So level 1, level 2, level 3. So once you study ethics in level 1, it's exactly the same in level 2 and level 3. Okay, which has 15 to 20% weightage. Then you have financial reporting and analysis, which is all about analyzing financial statements. Okay. Then you have equity investments. This is more about equity valuation, how to value stocks, and in general, some basic concepts around that. Level 2 equity investments is completely valuation. Clear? So see, in level 1 and level 2, the topics are exactly the same. Same 10 topics in level 2. It's just that the topics have got deeper. That's it.
More elaborated.
More elaborate, but the name of the topics are exactly the same. Okay. Then you have fixed income instruments. This is mainly bonds, money market instruments, and analyzing them from a risk reward framework, duration, convexity. So it's very, very quantitative. Then you have quantitative methods. This is more like statistics
Ratios.
or
Ratios.
no. So basically there is mean, median, mode, all those kind of ratios. Other than that, there is sampling, hypothesis testing, regression, linear regression and all. Yeah. So it is more, I would say, a statistics course, right?
So
There
you
is
don't need to be
probability.
mathematician.
No, you don't.
You're very good at maths. to
Yeah.
understand this.
Okay. Basic mathematics idea is enough.
Like regression.
Regression,
analysis.
probability, normal distribution, all of that. Yeah. Okay. Economics is your basic micro and macroeconomics that you would have studied during your college days. But yeah, more application focused. Corporate finance is about business decision making, your capital budgeting, talks about cost of capital, mergers and acquisitions, right? So again, more like FP&A roles, right? You would have seen a lot of finance managers, right, working as FP&A, internal companies' finances they manage. This is basically where corporate finance comes in. Then you have portfolio management and wealth planning. This is mainly in level 1, talks about the modern portfolio theory, the Nobel Prize winning idea by Harry Markowitz. So this talks about efficient markets and different theories behind, or theories, when I say theories, again, the math behind theoretically or quantitatively, what is the best portfolio, right? So evaluating the right portfolios. Then we have derivatives, which talks about futures, options. Now here, it is about just understanding the products. Level 2 and level 3, level 2 focuses more on pricing and valuing these products. Level 3 focuses on applying these products for risk management. Okay. So same topic in all 3 levels, but then what is being covered is different. And then you have alternative investments, which is more about hedge funds, private equity, alternative investments, and all of these are being discussed. In portfolio management, now they have also included a topic on fintech, cryptocurrencies.
That was
So
my
even
next question.
yeah,
Does it help or cover?
yeah, it
financial-
covers, yes.
Yeah.
Although from an exam point of view, not that important, as in the weightage is not that much, right? So it has like a 5 to 8% weightage, but yes, it covers. So the curriculum covers it in a detailed way. Clear? But it's such a rapidly evolving field that it's very difficult to create a curriculum. As in you write a book, it takes like an year to kind of come up with a detailed topic on bitcoins and cryptocurrencies, and by that time things have changed, right? So it's difficult, but yeah, doesn't talk about NFTs and all, but yeah, it definitely talks about cryptocurrencies, blockchain, how it works. And now, what are some changes? Honestly speaking, this is not useful for you at all if you are going to give the exam for the first time. On the other hand, if any of you has given the exam before and want to know that, oh yeah, you gave the exam 5 years before and now you want to know, so then these are some changes that have happened. But yeah, again, not much value add here. There are some topics changed, and there are some within topics, there are some small learning outcome statements that have changed. Okay. But yeah, this is something that happens every year. Every year you would see the CFA curriculum changing by, I would say, 5 to 10%, right? So 2023, you might expect the curriculum to change a bit, and this always happens. Okay. Now, talking about exam registration for August 2022. Now, this is what you have to pay to CFA Institute. So remember, CFA Institute is the body that organizes this exam, and Kaplan is a prep provider. So Kaplan has a separate fee. So this is purely for CFA Institute. So you have to pay a program enrollment fee. This is one time. You pay this only once in your life. So after you clear level 1, level 2, you don't have to pay this. Level 3, you don't have to pay this. You don't clear level 1, you again give level 1, you don't have to pay this. So this program enrollment to be paid only once. Exam registration to be paid every time you appear for an exam, right? So for you, this is anyways out of question. So for the August exam, the final deadline is 3rd May. You can do it now or you can do it on 2nd or 3rd May, doesn't matter. But if you have made up your mind that you're going to give it in August, you can just make the payment so that your account will get created. You will get access to all the books and the study materials.
So you
Okay.
get the CFA content for upon paying or upon registering your exam.
450 plus 1000, 1450. Upon paying 1450, you basically get
sent by
no.
mail or
So yeah, so you will have a portal where you can use your login ID and password, and you will have access to that. Physical copies, if you want to buy, you have to pay additionally $200. So then they will courier the physical copies of the book. But otherwise, they will give you. So it would look something like this. Second, I have it downloaded. Yeah, also so. So book like this. Just that when you get the printout of it, it will be a colored book with very good quality papers. But yeah, this is basically the book. So now this book covers corporate finance, equity, and fixed income, which is a 666-page book. Right? This way, there are 6 books that you have
For exam 1.
for exam 1, but you don't have to study from this. That is why the Kaplan book is 1/5 of this, right? Purely focused from an exam point of view, but here the CFA curriculum is more like a reference book. As a trainer, I study from these books, but then I really don't think from an exam point of view, anybody studies from this book. Too much of information, and you will get lost in information and a lot of things discussed which is beyond the scope of the exam also. Okay. But yeah, what are you going to get with this is the moment you pay this fees, you're going to get the ebook that I just showed you, right? You are going to get a study planner and you will get practice tests. So you don't have to actually pay and get or just pay for practice tests and all. You're going to get a lot of topic-based practice tests from the CFA Institute itself. Okay. Now, talking about how Kaplan can help you. But before moving ahead, any questions on anything that we have discussed about the CFA exam? Everything clear?
So you came into training and talking about this, and you left the industry where people want to be employed or see their careers. You left that, train people because of
Personal interest, and I kind of am still involved in financial markets as an
investor.
As an investor. So I actively invest in markets, and there are few clients whose funds I manage, which I used to do. See, training is something that I started doing as a part-time activity because I was more into, there were few clients whose funds I used to manage and purely long-term investing. And when you're doing pure long-term investing, you have a lot of time. And when I had a lot of time, that was when I started taking up these part-time sessions. And initially I started doing it purely so that I thought I would get some more clients through training. And this was basically when I was doing it in India. But slowly I realized that this topic is, as in I can continue asset management, and anyways, I'm doing it for my portfolio. So I'm anyways managing few of my clients and family funds. And at the same time, I kind of teach here. Yeah. Any questions online? Oh yeah, so now there are 6. Abdullah, Adam, Christy, Hemant, Krishna, Rehan. Any questions about the exam? Okay, so now let's, yeah, yes, Rehan. Yeah, should I unmute you? 1 second. I think, Rehan, I think you might have to type the question because in Zoom, this is a webinar. So in webinar, I think you won't be able to ask a question. As in there are Zoom meetings and Zoom webinars. This is a Zoom webinar. Yeah, so Rehan, if we register for the August exam now, sorry. Yeah, 5 to 6 months is enough. See, when you register for the August exam, it is the end of August. So you have March, April, May, June, July, August. So you have 6 months. 6 months is more than enough for preparation, even if you are from a non-finance background. But yeah, then you should be ready to work for like 15 hours a week. And if that's there, because CFA Institute also says that you should be able to put 300 hours of preparation per level of exam. But then again, this varies from person to person. But yeah, 5 to 6 months is more than enough if you do it seriously, consistently. Okay. Now, why Kaplan? Again, like I said, the content that we have is good. Again, in a purely unbiased way, even if you go to a competitor teaching CFA prep, what they will do is the content is of Kaplan, right? And then that is what most competitors will do. There are other providers also. I would say hardly 5% of the people would be using it. 95% would be using Kaplan Schwezer, right? Widely recognized. Secondly, trainers. Now, trainers, I would say, is again different. Every prep provider can have good trainers, and again, I cannot speak anything on that front. But yeah, one thing that I can say is all the trainers that we have here. So we have a team of 8 CFA charter holders, and all of them are full time. So we don't. So few things that are a part of our culture is we don't want freelancers to teach. See, we've had in the past, these sessions are going to be 6:30 to 9:30, right? People who work in the industry can come and teach in the evening 6:30 to 9:30, right? But then what we have seen is that the commitment, see, because it's an exam prep, not a corporate training or not an informative session, it's an exam prep training where the trainers have to work along with students. And what we have seen is freelancers, it's a pure and there's nothing wrong, but they commit in a pure transactional way. Yeah, I'll be here for 3 hours, I should be paid for 3 hours, that's it. After the class, there is no support provided at all. And that is what we've learned. And what we personally do at Kaplan is every trainer is full-time, right? So you can actually come at 4 o'clock and see the trainer here, ask the questions. Everything is basically done by full-timers. Secondly, all the colleagues that I have here is, I would say they all are trainer by choice, right? Some way or the other, they had a career where they could have earned maybe 20% more than what they are earning here. But then most of them, they choose training because they really enjoy training. And that energy, that passion is something that you would definitely see in all the trainers. Here you would be, I think, interacting primarily with 3 trainers. So it would be me, then there is Bilal, and there is Shiv. I don't know whether you know any of us, but then yeah, so these are the 3 trainers whom you would be meeting, let's say 90% of the time. Okay. Other than that, the culture of student support is also something that, again, as a outsider also, I would appreciate that in general, they want to, as in general, the trainers and in fact the student community also wants to help everyone else. So there's a very active WhatsApp group. Every morning when I wake up, I see like 20-30 messages in WhatsApp groups, a lot of discussions going on, a lot of doubt solving that happens. So that support is also something that you will have from us. Now, talking about our CFA trainers, so that is me, there's Yasir. You might not meet him a lot because he's now based in Canada, but he takes a lot of online sessions. Bilal is here, Rahul is here, Murtaza and Kunal is in Abu Dhabi, Rahul is in Abu Dhabi, and Shiv. So in Dubai, more likely you would come across me, Bilal, and Shiv. And Abu Dhabi, you might come across Kunal, more of Kunal, and me and Bilal, right? So we keep traveling also across Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And that was very much frequent before. Now with PCR test, COVID requirements and all, it's basically we travel as far as possible lesser. But I'm hoping in the next 1 month or so, it would be again back to normal. Now talking about the training program, so Kaplan has actually 3 products. One is the face-to-face program exactly like this. So you come into the classroom, there's a trainer who teach exactly the old school style of teaching. And this is basically how it is done. Then there is live online, something that we never had. Post-COVID, we were forced to do this. And what we are seeing is students are also enjoying this also, as in people have adopted this style of learning also. And there's also pure study materials, as in few books given to you if you want to study on your own, right? The Kaplan Schwezer materials. Okay, I would suggest this is not going to help you a lot. This is going to help you in case you have already studied for the exam, but first time you need someone to teach you, either classroom or live online. Now, how are the classroom sessions structured? Exactly like this. I'll be sitting here, few students will be here. Instead of this presentation, I'll have a CFA presentation. No difference whatsoever, right? So there will be around 120 hours of sessions. This will go on from March till June end or so. So March, April, May, June is where you will have preparations, where you will have 120 hours of prep. We try to take region-based examples so that you understand things properly. We have an exam-focused approach, and everything would be provided. The Schwezer book will be provided. I'll show the Schwezer books to you. There will be calculators that will be provided, and the sessions are also recorded. So this session also, if you see, you can see the recording going on. And in case anybody misses any session, you all will have access to the recording and the class notes. Everything that we write is also converted into a PDF file, and that is also shared with you after the class. Okay. Additional doubt solving sessions are done closer to the exam, and there are in-class practice tests also. So this 120 hours from March to June is purely going to be teaching you the curriculum, right? And in every possible way, trying to explain you the entire curriculum so that you all can understand everything. Then you have revision. Now, why is this very important is because, see, you saw those books, right? 660-page books. This way, there are 5-6 books. And all of this, you have to give in one single day, right? Unlike the graduation days where, oh yeah, one day you have accounting, next day you have corporate finance, then 2 days break, and then you have derivatives. That is not how it is. All the exams on one single day. So the biggest challenge is to remember so many concepts. For that, what we have is somewhere in mid-July to mid-August, you're going to have revision sessions. These are going to be 6 days into approximately 9 hours per day, right? So they are going to be intense sessions. Now you will say, I won't be able to sit for 9 hours, but you will be. Why? Because exams are very close. So in general, what I've seen is revisions have helped students a lot more than prep, because in prep, you know that psychologically there are 5 months left, 4 months left. Here you have few days left. So people are able to sit 9 hours at a stretch also to understand things, right? Although we have breaks, every 1.5 hours, we have breaks. So here we will have a revision of all 10 topics. There are our own summary notes that we have created, and we have combined that into a book called as Passmate, which will be given to you, and all those topics will be taught. There will be more than 300 exam style questions that you will be solving, and there'll be a live mock exam and pre-exam doubt clearing session. So remember, your entire exam preparation is divided into 2 stages. The 4 month of prep, 1 month of revision. That's how you should be seeing it. Okay. And the same thing is being done live online also. So right now I can say that you both are attending face to face, and all of you guys, the remaining 6 or 7 of you, you all are attending live online. So live online sessions are not some other sessions. It is live streaming of the face-to-face sessions. So the same session that we are having here is being live streamed on Zoom. So there's absolutely no difference in the quality of the delivery. The only thing is the medium of delivery is different. One is basically agency, and everyone has their own way of learning. And I feel, see, again, at a personal level, I like the classroom sessions because it makes you more focused, as in everyone around is studying along with you. But it's completely your choice. A person who has come for or enrolled for classroom can attend face to live online also, but a person who has enrolled for live online is not allowed to attend it in the class. Okay. And then we also have only the study materials. Now study materials will anyways be given to you, right, when you enroll. But if you just want the study materials, so what is the study material? The books, the Schwezer books. You will have an access to a portal, Schwezer's portal, and that is where you will have a lot of practice questions. So CFA will give you 1,000 practice questions. In addition to that, 3,000 practice questions is what Schwezer would give you, right? And you all will have basically a portal to track your preparation. The typical classroom size. So I would say a typical classroom size is 25 to 30 students, where 60% to 70% is in the classroom, 30% is live online. So I would say 20%, 20 to 25 students in class, 10 students or so live online. But yeah, we have seen this vary, as in at max we've had 40-45 students also in a batch, and we've had as low as 20-22 students also. But yeah, anywhere from 25 to 45, on an average 30. Clear? So study materials is the entire physical copies of the books and an online portal that Schwezer, Kaplan is providing you. Okay. Kaplan also gives you a simulation of the computer-based testing. So you all will have anyways access to this, so that you all know how the entire or the final exam is going to look. Okay. Then Kaplan has its own. So this is the KPMEs, that is Kaplan Professional Middle East, or this is our learning management system, where all the sessions recordings are there. Any classroom notes that is there, the PDF is there. So let me show it to you. Let's say, so it looks something like this. Let's say CFA level 2. Let's say in CFA level 2 quants, linear regression. So if, let's say if I'm teaching linear regression, so it is a presentation, and in this presentation I will keep on writing things. And so I'll say, okay, in this, these are few things that you all need to know, right? And we will explain things, right? So basically the slides are there, we write, give you notes, it kind of give you summaries, try to explain you, and the PDF is saved right after the class. So when the class gets over at 9:30, the next 10-15 minutes, what we all do is upload the PDF in the learning management system. So you have access to that. Next day morning, the recorded videos will also be there, right? So this is basically for the class, all the resources are there. Okay. Next, candidate support. So there's a WhatsApp group created, and in the WhatsApp group, all the 8 trainers that I showed you, all of them are there, and all of you would be there. It's up to you whether you want to be a part of the group or not. Everybody is there generally. And what do we do in that group? Mainly it is for doubt solving and communication, like, okay, yeah, it is uploaded, or weekly we send you some quizzes, right? That is the basic purpose. But yeah, occasionally we use that for networking with Kaplan alumni or any placements, right? So there are some companies that have come to us asking for, although that is highly unlikely in level 1, but in level 2 batches, what you would see is some companies have come to us asking for students who have cleared level 1, right? And then we post these messages in the level 2 WhatsApp groups. But yeah, candidate support is also something that is top class, I would say, where trainers go beyond what their job responsibilities is to help candidates clear, and not just a single trainer. This is something that you would see across all the trainers here. Right? Placements. Now, placement is not something that Kaplan or we promise, or this is not our main product also. This is not something that we provide. But in the past, companies have reached out to us. Imagine if there's a company who wants to hire 10 CFA Level 1 candidates, right? Now they generally come to us and they'll say, can you please post this in your CFA Level 2 and Level 3 WhatsApp groups, right? So that some interviews can be done. And this way, we have actually helped some of our students. And honestly, here it's not that we have helped, we have basically been a bridge. That's it, as in corporates coming to us. And because Kaplan also does a lot of corporate training, companies have asked us to help them in their hiring. But this is basically something that we kind of have provided. But as level 1 candidates, I don't think this is something that you should be looking for. In level 2, yes, placement opportunities start coming up. Now, these are few testimonials, right? Again, these are few things that, again, most of these are people who have cleared just few weeks back, and you would see them joining level 2, and you might see them in the classrooms also in level 2. Both of them have joined, others also have joined. But again, I think testimonials is something that you would have anyway seen a lot here and there. No, as in doesn't talk anything different as such, as in everyone would be talking about this. But yeah, what I would say is, in general, one trend that you would see is the support culture that is there of the trainers. Okay. Then yeah, these are few students who have cleared with us. And yeah, these are some participants who have cleared in the last few attempts, and in the last 2 attempts with us. And in fact, some of these are now, Pradyut is actually giving his level 2 exams. Sorry. Pradyut is actually giving his level 2 exam in the next 2 to 3 days. Right. But yeah, these are some students who have cleared through us. Right. So about the course starting dates, how is it going to be? So your prep pro in Dubai, we are starting on 7th of March. In Abu Dhabi, it is 28th of Feb. So for you, what matters is 7th of March. So this is the prep part. So this will go on till June. Remember the 120 hours of training. And this will be done on Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday. So every week, you will have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6:30 to 9:30. And during Ramadan time, it will be 8:30 to 10:30. Okay, so Ramadan time, it will be only 2 days a week. And otherwise, it is going to be 6:30 to 9:30. Clear, 3 hours. Then you have revision, which is done from July till August. This is only on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and they are going to be full day sessions, 9 o'clock to 6 o'clock, 9-hour session. And there will be breaks in between. Okay. Now, this is basically the days when we are going to have the exam, days when we are going to have the sessions. Now, what is the fees, right? So again, for fees, the right person would be Dima. Dima is also there in this webinar. And for the ones who want to interact, she is there right outside in the reception. So you can speak with her. So I'll just tell you what this is, by the way. What is this? Remember, I told that there is prep and there is revision. Prep means if you want to attend only from March to June, those 120 hours of training. So for prep, the fees is 9340 dirhams. And if you want only revision, it is 4,883. Now, who should go only for revision? Who just gave the exam, didn't clear, you don't want to go through the entire 120 hours, just want to go through the revision. This is good for you, right? But otherwise, only a revision is not going to help at all if this is something that you're going to be studying for the first time. So you can go for prep and revision. Now, if you combine it together, so your enhanced prep pro is like a combo, right? You go with prep and revision together, they'll cost you 11,145, right? But if you go only for prep and then later on go for revision, basically the charges are slightly higher. Okay. And if you want only the books, only the Schwezer books, it is 2258. But this is anyways included in enhanced prep. and Prep Pro. So if you enroll for enhanced prep or Prep Pro, you're going to get these books any which ways. So if you see, this 2,200 dirhams is already a part of this. So purely the tuition fees cost is whatever you see here minus 2258. Clear? Because even if you go somewhere else, eventually you will have to buy the Schwezer books, and eventually you end up paying that much for the books. Okay. So there's a 5% discount for all of you who have attended the webinar. And along with this, a part of this is also a 2-day financial modeling program. Right. So what is financial modeling? It's an Excel based course that we conduct. So all of you attending or all of you enrolling for the CFA program is all, and then you all are also going to get access to the financial modeling 2-day program on financial modeling. Okay. Now, for students who enroll live online, this is the fees. So it is slightly lesser. So if you see enhanced prep pro is 9,500, here it is 11,000. So approximately 2,500 dirhams or so is the difference between live online and face-to-face programs. Now talking about how we are adjusting for COVID. So you would have seen the classrooms are kind of quite big, as in easily 30 students can sit with a 2-meter distance. Masks are mandatory, although none of us are wearing right now. Sanitization is being done daily. Classrooms are big. Thermal checks were being done at the entrance, but now the last few weeks or so, things have, as in especially the last few weeks, things have basically slightly more cooled off. Okay. Now, before we move ahead, any questions on anything that we have discussed? Anything, right from start? Yes, Abdullah, Adam, Hemant, Krishna, Marian, Rehan. I think I didn't ask your names. Mazhar and Asad. Yeah. So any questions? Everything clear?
Yeah.
So let's say if we are already in our daily routines and job and family, obviously it requires much more dedication. And students that might join are either fresh graduates, they're in that study zone and in that momentum that they're used to. The people with already industry experience, they don't really have that momentum.
Yeah.
So that is my problem, or I just wanted kind of questions that are there
in the
my
exam.
aptitude test.
Yeah. I'll
So-
show that.
And the material as well, just to around what
Yeah.
to get a feel of things. So that is
Mhm.
one thing I would appreciate if you can share that.
Yeah.
Just for my view.
No problem. Yeah. So,
Secondly, I think I need to bound myself from here that, but we just need to see that what, so 5% is additional discount on the 3%
yes. So whatever number I showed you, there's a 5% discount on that.
additional to that.
Additional to that. Yeah.
And someone who wants to enroll for it, we just get the self-study books.
Mhm.
Want to enroll for November instead of July or August, wants to enroll for November and gets the self-study and join your prep and pro
Later. Yeah.
at a later date. So
That can be done. So enroll for November and you will get the books right now.
so we can do that as
That
well.
also, yes. You
And
can
that
enroll.
session, when is that session?
That will get start somewhere in June, somewhere in 6 months before. We generally
Well,
start in
6
6 months before. Yeah.
So for August paper,
Mhm.
you need to pay the exam fees the second, third of
3rd of May. That is to the CFA Institute. Yes.
that is this year. But that has nothing to do with your enrollment.
Not at all. Yeah. You can enroll for the exam even if you don't want to give the exam. So this is something that we're doing is preparing you for the exam.
So for the November exam, we can get a discount 700. I mean,
Yeah, whatever is 5%. Yes, close to 700
No, no, no.
dirhams. Yes.
for the CF Institute, the 9th of February
Yes.
that
Yes.
expired.
Yeah.
So we can avail that for the November exam.
Exactly,
We can
yeah.
pay 700 earlier.
Perfect.
And
Yes.
what is the date for that?
That would be around May. So that also is something that I can show it to you.
Okay. So let's say if I get the self-study now, I mentally and kind
Got
of
it. Yes,
go
yes,
through
yes.
that
Yeah.
and come to you by May for the
Yeah.
November prep program.
That's completely fine.
But I have to pay now the complete.
Yeah,
program.
only then they will give you the books.
So why can't I have the self-study? I'll pay the full price and the same can be adjusted when I come in.
Again, I think Dima would be the right person.
Okay.
So we are
Yes,
as trainers, we are not involved in
Yeah.
fee-related discussion, but I just know the pattern. I think
Yeah.
this is basically
So
how it is.
basically, I want something same for what is gonna happen in question. But what I'm saying is my timeline is different.
Yeah, yeah, got it. Yeah, that is something that you can
Your
definitely speak here.
experience, do you think, I mean, how many hours do you think, or how many days person should dedicate?
Yeah, I would say attend the sessions here and add for every session that you study here. If you go home and study for 1.5 hours more, so basically you attend a 3-hour
Every day.
session here consistently. If you do that, let's say you attend the session here 3 hours on Monday, on Tuesday study 1.5 hours on your own. If this is something that you do, you will clear the exam.
So can we come an hour earlier? To the-
Yes, yes, yes. We all are
or
here
you
and
can-
are.
You can sit after the class. Session.
Yes, yes.
So you can use
Class
the-
is finished
No, but then
30.
when class finishes at 9:30,
you close everything.
we, as in, if there's a session going on till 10:30, you all can sit. But generally, the last person to leave would be a Kaplan person. So we won't leave the doors open with a student inside. So the last person, whenever the last person of Kaplan leaves, you can
So
leave with
it
that
cannot be
person.
As a study place for.
You can use it at a study place in the morning. So you come here from 9 o'clock, sit here till evening 9 o'clock. From morning 9 to evening 9, you all can sit here. On weekends, weekdays, the classroom is open every day. So that can be
We
done.
can use this venue as our
Yes,
study place.
study place. Yes, you will see that closer to the
I mean,
exam,
these are just
everyone.
questions that are just-
Yeah, no problem.
Because you need to either need the library because we
Because
can't
the-
go home and study.
Yeah. I think
Because
with
the
the kids
problem
around,
is
yeah.
that kids cannot.
So I'm just thinking from that perspective.
Yes,
If I
yes.
dedicate myself, so I need a place to study.
So you all can
So
sit here,
I
this
can't go in
classroom.
a coffee shop. I might come here.
No
and
problem
it's
at all.
45 minutes.
Even right now, you will see some students sitting here and studying. So they come here regularly. And see, especially in this, there are a lot of people in this region who stay in shared accommodation. So that becomes even more difficult. So it's completely allowed for all of you to sit here and okay. Yeah. Now talking about the kind of questions, let me just show it to you.
Would like
Yeah. So let's say this is
because
basically
the ethics is 20%, 15 to 20%, which is mainly theoretical, if I'm not wrong.
yeah theoretical.
Okay. So that's fine. That's the
So let's say in fixed income, okay.
yeah. Let's
So in
go to
fixed
this.
income, understanding fixed income risk and return. So this is basically what CFA Institute topic is. So they will talk about all these things. And in the end, there will be some questions, exam questions. So see, there are some snapshots from Bloomberg.
Approximately how much time is left?
Yeah, 10 minutes, that's it, yeah. Okay. So see, these are some practice problems. So a typical question would be like this. So all these, what you see are typical exam style questions.
So if someone is taking the live classes, not the live classes, there is a ordered
Yeah.
option as well,
Yeah.
right? Where whatever classes have not live ordered, there's a discount package.
No. Just the recorded is not being sold.
And in the self-study, have lectures.
Self-study, yes, we have lectures, but these are lectures provided by someone from Kaplan UK.
Okay.
And those are I would say like revision videos. They go very, very fast. They don't teach as such. The
I
entire
get the
curriculum
point.
will be
So
taught.
let's say these questions you will explain the background and book.
Yes, yeah. Although we don't explain each and every question, but then like see, I'll just show you a video of how a session is, right? So just a second. So you are going to get something like this. So you all will log into a platform. So I will show you a CFA lecture itself. So that you all know how a demo session looks like. Okay. Let's say courses. And I'll play the course here so that you all know. August, or let's say
And CFA is a graduate,
graduate level degrees.
it's not considered as a master's level.
No, I think graduate as in master's level, as in
Okay.
the
Postgrad.
postgrad level. Yeah. That is why you have to complete your grad
Yeah.
to
that's
give
a-
this.
It's a postgrad.
So see here, you all will have a platform like this. So if you see, if you preview this course as an enrolled student, this is basically how you will see it. Okay. So this is the one which we had in August 2021. So these are the course slides, the live online Zoom link, all the 50 recorded
This is
videos are here.
available on self-study.
This is basically what the Kaplan KPME's LMS portal is, the learning management system. So all the class notes are here.
No. Will you
But
get-
self-study it will not be available.
No. Just this is not available. Right. So recorded videos, as in just to get a feel of how the sessions are done.
Yeah,
Let's say I'll just play any video. So this was on 17th March 2021, a 3-hour video. Right. So this is basically how a video would be. I don't speak so fast. One second.
Finally, we have a priori. A priori means based on reasoning, or let me say based on logic. Let me give you an example. When I toss a coin, how do you know? How do you know that the probability that heads comes up is half? How do you know the probability?
Okay.
You know logic, right? You know the shape of the coin. It's formula guy. So 1 by purely because of your logic. So for example,
So this is basically how we generally do the class. And you will have access to all the recorded videos. Any video that you miss or any video that you forget. See, remember, there's so many things which are done, it's easier to forget. Right? So all of those things are there. And the same, everything that we do, the class notes are recorded in the PDF
So
format.
let's say, just a question again.
Yeah,
So
please.
let's say if I pay for everything,
Uh-huh.
for any XYZ reason, I couldn't prepare for the November
So
exam,
you just
I
inform,
still have this with me
use this.
in case if I enroll or
Yeah, so
take an
ideally what
exam
will
in
happen is,
2023.
yeah, so you enroll for the exam, or then you enroll with us, and then later on you say that, okay, no, I want to defer it. I'm not going to give it now. Immediately inform the sales team. They will basically defer your admission. So when they defer your admission, access to this will be taken off, and then a new access would be
My
given.
concern is once I pay for the classes which I'll be, and for any reason, if I defer my exam, that content or that
Yeah, oh yeah,
access should not be taken away.
this access will be there for 6 months. So
So that's my.
yeah, so 6 months you will have access after your, let's say you all are paying the fees for August 2022. So it
Yeah.
will be available for you till Feb 2023.
Okay.
So even after you, in case you defer your exams, till the for 6 more months it will be available.
Can I add to that, Shannon, please?
Yes, Dima.
So their LMS access for the August testing window will be valid for August and November 2022. So all their videos will be valid for these 2 testing windows. However, their self-study material, so their material with Kaplan Schweizer and their Kaplan Schweizer portal is only valid for 6 months as Kaplan Schweizer's policy.
Got it. Yeah. So basically,
Content will only give it to
So this will be available for 3 months, and Kaplan Schweizer. See, this is something, think of this as this is something that is coming to you from Kaplan Dubai.
Okay.
And Kaplan UK, who's going to provide you the Kaplan Schweizer access, is going to remain for 3 months, 6 months.
6 months.
6 months. Okay, yeah, thank you, Dima, for that.
That was
Mhm. Yeah. We are
Yeah, otherwise,
done.
yeah.
So
Okay,
we'll
perfect.
get back to
Yeah,
you.
no problem.
Weightage. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And I'll just share my details also, just in case you all have any questions related to.
So when is the last day for registration of the March registration stuff?
March, I think Dima would be able to help you with that
Okay.
last day. But I'll just give you my number just in case you all have any issues.
Yeah,
So
sure.
it's 050-854-2281. So anything related to the content, the curriculum, you all can definitely reach out.
854.
050-854-2281. My handwriting is usually better than this while I teach.
Sorry, what's your name?
Shannon.
Thomas.
So my name is Shanin. Shannon, yeah.
Way from Shannon, India, which place was
Mumbai.
Mumbai.
It's like Shannon CF.
Shannon Thomas, yeah.
Ah.
So yes, Abdullah, Adam, Hemant, Krishna, Mariam,
Thank you.
everything clear?
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dima. So see, Dima has shared numbers. You all can definitely reach out. Okay. So thank you very much, everyone. And I hope to see you all in the class soon. Okay, so thank you. Yeah, thank you, Adam. Yeah, thank you, Abdullah. Thank you. All the best. Yeah, thank you, Mariam. Sorry.